Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry for being late. I forgot to set my alarm last night. I actually woke up at about 7 a.m. today. It was about 7:30. And I was like, do I just get up now? You know? Do I just start my day? I thought, nah, go back to sleep. Have a couple more hours. Next thing I know, I hear like the kids screaming downstairs, and I was like, why are they here so early? I looked at the time, and I was like, no! So I've been sprinting around. Trying to get my music. You can't hear music? Oh, clown music, right. Oh. Shan't be forgiven. I'm sorry. How's everyone doing? I'm just trying to finish my fruit. Bam! Here we are. Okay, we have a full team. Some people have not finished. I've already finished some tours, some missions. If you want to finish together, speak now so that I can change it later. We're just going to jump into it. Because we are behind. We're like an hour behind. Awful. You had an average weekend? It's not bad, I suppose. Sometimes average is okay. Could always be worse. You've only got 2 tickets, so you're hoping to sell some stuff on Manco before we get to that mission. I'm now sure I'm going to be buying me some more.
I am
ready. Yeah, I just keep wanting to play more Night Rain. That's what's going in my head at the moment. CeeJaey more like, you gotta be sharper than that reflex. You gotta be coming into the stream ready with one of those. 3-0 in mixed pools. Nice, man. Congratulations. You wasn't ready? I'm late. I'm running late. You should be ready. Should have been ready, man. Love it when a game has that effect. We all just play. Yeah. So after Saturday, we played a little in the evening. And excuse me, sorry. Played some in the evening, and then yesterday I was out with my family and stuff like that. You have an emergency meeting? Oh no. What are you playing? NG? I guess someone could swap to NG. I could go NG. We don't really need a heavy, I suppose, because if we got a crits combo, we should be okay. Just make sure you don't get kicked for AFK. You busy? Well, you've been busy with Reflex. Yeah, but then yesterday evening we played some and we beat one of the bosses. We beat the lightning boss. We had a really good run, and it was kind of like, damn, that could have been the one, you know. Then we tried again and we got it. Didn't even hit it with like its weakness. And then we almost beat the Madness one as well. But it's like, oh, we were so close. It was like, I'm just thinking of more strats, more like things to do, you know? So I don't know this week. I need to check which. I know Swood's usually available during the day, but I don't know if Jordan's working or what. Like, I don't know what his deal is right now. So I will find out from Jordan. Maybe he'll be in stream at some point. He was able to play with us all day on Friday, so is he not working? If he's not, then we... This is Final Fantasy 9. Wait, has Scammer been playing Final Fantasy 9? Yeah, so if Jordan's available, then we can play some MvM. My brain is fried. We can play some Night Rain like tomorrow and stuff. CeeJaey's brain now. Yeah, I kid you not. I've been dreaming about different build varieties in Night Rain. I have a. It sounds dumb, but like my brain's just been like an override with it. I have this like relic that does poison damage, and I do more poison damage. So I was like, like we had a really good strat last night where I was tanking everything. Jordan's being the bow and arrow guy. Swood was doing status effect damage. Like, I think we've gotten like some really good combos. So yeah, we So wait, I will go engineer. Yeah, so I've been hopefully we can play some this week on stream. They killed Mothman? Yes. We killed Mothman on stream, I believe, right? Yeah, we did. We killed Mothman. We killed so we killed the original guy, the three dogs, the three-headed dog that split into three dogs. We beat the poison gaping jaws guy. We beat the Mothman duo, the bugs, and then the third one was, what was it, guys? We beat another one. Oh, Augur, which was the big flowing water blob thing, kind of like Elden Beast, but with made out of water. So we beat those 3, which opened up a new like section, and we had three more to do, and another one opened up. So we have a like this weird creature that does madness attacks, which we almost beat last night, almost. And we had a giant like centaur knight, which did electric attacks. We beat that last night. And the other one we have is a dragon, which we've not tried. So yeah, it's hydrate. I have my coffee. So was Zorn and Thorn theme too, and the Gated Climb. I recognized the music, but I didn't recognize from what game it was. I recognized the fight music a little better, I guess. Hi, Aham. Yeah, on stream. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I honestly I've played like played over 20 hours now, so my brain's kind of like mush when it comes to remembering. So yeah, the plan for this week is to... Wait, what date is it today? I think I need to go to... No, I got until next week. I'm thinking... play some Night Rain, and then maybe on a day we'll... I don't know, I could be playing Night Rain every week. Genuinely, I don't know. It depends on people's availability and willingness, but... Oh shit! Run away, Wade! It's alright. Yeah, so we'll see what Jordan and Stru's availability is. I do want to play some DBD because there'll be some new challenges. So at some point maybe we'll do a DBD stream. But at the moment I'm really enjoying Night Rain, and I just kind of want to play more and more. And FNAF DVD. That's not out yet. Unfortunately. So the PTB, the public test build, that came out. Last Tuesday, I think. And the official release comes out 3 weeks later. So basically it'd be like in 2 weeks' time or so. So yeah, in a couple of weeks, basically, And when that comes out, hell yeah, I'm playing it. Good morning, guys. Someone should say these words. Yeah, I mean, she has her funny moments, don't get me wrong. Someone can be funny, but also a terrible person. Hi, Blazing Victini. How you doing? Long time no see. The other American stuff. Yeah. Perks look interesting. Tier 1 Myers. Yeah, I feel like none of the perks blew me away. I can see some of them being, like, the door one maybe being useful on a full endgame build. But you'd have to use it in conjunction with, like, other perks. I have a really fun Ghostface build that I use. Which, no, wrong one. Where I basically use Rancor in the end game to mori everybody with Game of Foot. Just make everyone the obsession and one by one pick them off. The only thing is that it's like very reliant on the end game, so I use Remember Me and No Way Out. No Way Out blocks the doors for each person you've hooked, and Remember Me means it takes longer for you to open the door if you're not the obsession. The only time it would be useful, I guess, I wouldn't be able to swap any perks out, that's the problem. So A, I'd have to swap a perk out. Which I can't. Like, the other ones are just better endgame perks. And yeah, it's reliant on them opening the door and then me chasing them off the door. Like, it's, yeah. I don't know, I feel like, yeah. Been doing good to go range your TFT face last month past time. Oh, nice. Looking forward to Switch 2. Have you got one on pre-order? I do not. I'll see if I can pick one up later in the year. Machine Gun Myers. You beat Sin last night? Nice. Yeah, Sin's a really cool one. Switch 2 in this economy? Yeah, can be me. Yeah, I'll maybe try and pick one up later in the year if it's a reasonable price and if, like, yeah, I'm in the right position to do so. I've been heavily reliant on using your shield during boss fights? Really? Barely ever used a shield in Dark Souls games. You gonna go midnight to pick it up? Nice, nice. You have to report back and let me know what it's like. What like launch titles have you got? Is it just Mario Kart World? Mario Kart. Oh wait, you know, I should stay up actually. Donkey Kong coming next month. Which is like a proper platformer. Bonanza is July 13th. Okay, so I mean, if I look at the end of the year, maybe there'll be a you know, a range of different games. Maybe Switch games will go down in price, and I can pick up some of the ones I don't have, like Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I don't think I even had a Donkey Kong game on Switch. Using Xenoblade Chronicles X. I can't imagine it's going to be cheaper though. It's probably wishful thinking. $30% off on eBay in 2019. Really? Yeah, I just never got around to it, and whenever I play an RPG, it's like it takes like a couple of months of my life. I just finished Persona 3 Reload. And that took me 2 months, I think. And I'm still finishing the DLC upstream. But yeah, it's I was like, I don't really want to spend 60 on a game that's going to take forever. You know, I need to set aside time. I just never got around to it. It's been years. You finish it in like a month? You know what? Actually, yeah, you're right. Because I was playing it like twice a week, wasn't I? You are correct, sir. We got a double buster. How you doing, Govins? These busters are getting out of control. Yeah, I'm doing alright, thanks, man. How was your weekend? How was everyone's weekend? Anyone do anything fun? My weekend was basically Night Rain on Saturday on stream, and then family birthday stuff on Sunday, and then Night Rain in the evening. You're feeling not so refreshed, but positive. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it can be frustrating when the weekend happens and you don't come out of it feeling like, you know, wide awake and refreshed. I get that. Actually, like, I slept pretty good. It's warm weather, so yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, I've been sleeping okay. And seeing as I overslept today, I've had enough sleep. And I also had like I went out when I was out yesterday, I had a double cheeseburger. And I feel fine. So I'm hoping my stomach is fully recovered from last week. Combo of intensive walking, intensive relaxing laziness. That sounds like a good combo. You did your 50k steps. What did I think of the CL final? Man, it was entertaining, but it was disappointing. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted Inter to win because I was like, PSG. Do we really want a team that's, you know, one of those clubs that is run by a state to win? You know? But it was very insane. I did think PSG were the favourites going into it. I did not think it would be that much. I was expecting PSG to be attacking and Inter to be strong in defence. I was expecting Inter to get a goal at some point and then play on the counter, but you know, you have to respect PSG for the fact that they scored early and then they kept attacking. They kept attacking, you know. Yeah, like the manager and the players for sure. Like, you know, it's more about the club that it's like Rio Ferdinand is leaving TNT Sports, which I'm glad because he is one of the biggest morons that you can get on football TV. Oh, it is a win for football. How is it a win for football? A team that breaks all financial fair play rules, spends billions in order to get their players, you know, like, how is this a win for football, bro? It's the opposite. So he is so annoying. It's an actual moron. I was talking about this with my dad and my brother. I guess he's not my brother-in-law yet. My sister's fiance. Like, there are certain people who are like, you get commentators. Most good commentators are like they're around for a long time and they're good, you know. And then you can get like a co-commentator, and you get some who are former footballers and they're good, they're knowledgeable. But then you get a lot of pundits and commentators who are just former footballers, and they're hired on the basis of them being former footballers, but their actual ball knowledge is next to nothing. And they just genuinely don't understand. And Rio Ferdinand, in my opinion, falls in that category. Like, he was a good footballer, of course, but like his knowledge is awful. Other ones that I do not like: Jamie Carragher, he's on CBS. Gary Neville, I think he's on Sky Sports. What's his face? Michael Owen. These are people who are just... They do not know what they're talking about. Good footballers in their era, except for Carragher. He was actually a terrible footballer. But they were all like... They were good footballers, but their knowledge about the game in general is not good. And they go on there and they talk as if, because they were former footballers, that their knowledge has weight. And it's like, that's not the case. You're not those guys, you know? And it's terrible. Big money football sure is a big money for football, right? Like the irony. Ex-United pundits so weird. Ex-United pundits talk from a place where, because they had like a successful generation of players, that defines them or something, or define, like they just know more. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, they had the era that you know, dominated the Premier League for a long time. Yeah, great players, all of that, but you're not you were good because your manager was good. You know what I mean? And a lot of these pundits are incredibly biased. Now, I get it. I do get it. It must be, as a former footballer, right? You play your entire career for like a number of clubs, but a lot of these players have played for one club for their entire lives. You know, most of their entire career. So they're always going to be biased, like, you know, but you can be realistic as well, and they never are. There's that classic video of Carragher in the group stage of the Champions League turning around and going, this Real Madrid team's not going to win the Champions League. There's no way Real Madrid win the Champions League. What do? Get to the final and beat Liverpool to win the Champions League, you know. Like, he's just an absolute clown. Like, he thinks Liverpool can do no wrong. He, you know... Yeah, it's just... Ugh. Oh, Daniel Sturridge, yeah, that's another one. Daniel Sturridge is another good example. Like, does a lot of yapping. Again, a great player in his time. I think underrated player for his era. But, like, in terms of knowledge, do not talk over people who know what they're talking about. Welcome back, Wayne. It's all good, man. It's all good. I don't think I've heard Joe Cole, to be honest. But I can imagine I can imagine, having heard Joe Cole speak, I can imagine the kind of input he would give. You're in my fucking head, Dormat. You're in my head. Yeah, Ian Wright. So the ones I was saying were good. Ian Wright. I'm a fan of Ian Wright. He usually is very objective. He can be a little bit biased, but I think he at least acknowledges it. I'm trying to think of other good ones. Stephen McManaman. Stephen McManaman's pretty good. He's a good commentator, but he also has knowledge. You know? Yeah, Ian Wright gets his lets emotion get better of him, but I think that's part of his character. When you watch Ian Wright, you're not looking for the hyper tactical analysis. You watch because that's who he is. I think it's the same for Micah Richards. Micah Richards has some pretty poor takes at times, but I don't think he ever presents himself as a person who is completely knowledgeable. He's like, He's a little bit goofy and stuff like that. Like, when you watch the CBS stuff, I never really watched it, other than short, like, videos and clips and stuff like that. But Kay is a good host. Thierry Henry, I think, is fairly knowledgeable, non-biased, and actually says, you know, some decent things. And then you have Micah Richards, who he's a little goofy. He's played in a number of leagues, you know. He's there for the vibes. Yeah, he's there for the vibes. But Carragher, I just feel, is just this guy who... He tries to joke around like Richards a little bit, but he also tries to act like he's smart. And some of the takes, I'm like, you are dumb. Like... Ugh. As controversial, excuse me, as controversial as I like Lineker's but no, Lineker's another example of someone who I feel like Lineker is possibly the GOAT. I mean, he's been around for over, what, 20, 25 years on the BBC. He was the best host. He was so good. And I feel like the great thing about him was... Oh, wait, you don't mind repeating? So we'll do these two. The great thing about him was that he would talk and, like, be able to let other people take the floor and then do it. Alan Hansen, I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember Alan Hansen. He used to play for Liverpool. He used to be very good tactically talking about stuff. Alan Hansen and Mark Lawrenson used to be like a pretty goated duo with Lineker. I feel like we haven't ever got to that level again. Alan Shearer, I kind of like as a pundit, but also he has some terrible takes sometimes. He is incredibly biased, and some of his takes are just kind of like, no, you're wrong, Alan. What am I playing, guys? We're on Metro. We got a spy. I'll go demo, I guess, and I'll switch off to heavy afterwards. Yeah, so Paul Merson. Paul Merson has his moments. I like him. I used to like him on Sky Sports. Back in the day when Sky Sports News used to be on Freeview, you could have it for free. And on Soccer Saturday, it was alright, but sometimes it was awful. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that. He actually said some stuff about Arsenal that I think was pretty on the nose, but he acknowledges the weaknesses within the club, and I feel like what I don't understand is the denial for a lot of people. Surely, if you want your club to be better, you acknowledge its weaknesses. You know what I mean? Acting like your club is the best in the world and impervious is kind of weird, you know? But yeah, it was yeah. Fabregas was really good, yeah. But the thing is, he is a manager. Like, you often find the people who are the best tactical analysis people are the people who are going forward to be like managers. Because it's like, hang on a minute, I'm actually pretty good at this stuff. So, yeah. Oh, I can see. I mean, Rooney's done punditry, right? He has done punditry in the past for like international tournaments. Oh my god, I fucked up a little bit. Thank you, Wayne. Opinion on Xabi Alonso? I mean, he did an excellent job at Leverkusen, right? Wait, are you talking about Mourinho there, Doormat? Or Xabi Alonso? Yeah, I'm excited to see what... oh, Rooney. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Alonso or Mourinho. Yeah, Rooney is one of those that got a job as a manager because of his name. His track record as a manager is fucking woeful. Yeah, Xabi Alonso did a great job at Leverkusen. Like, when you look at Leverkusen's pathway to, you know, the current moment, they were a team under threat from relegation. Under threat from relegation. Xabi Alonso came in halfway through the season, took over, saved them from relegation, and qualified them for the Europa League. So that in a season, in half a season, is pretty fucking sick. Stopping a team from getting relegated and getting them into Europe, nuts. And then the next season, taking that team in what is essentially a one-team league, and oh god, I gotta spread this out a bit. And winning the league and the cup and getting to the Europa League final and doing all of that undefeated is fucking wild, you know? And then the second season, like, they did well in the Champions League under the circumstances. It's not like they really expanded their roster very much. But the fact that he's done that with a style of football that's been very good. There's a really interesting like clip that circles around from Mourinho actually, and years and years and years ago he was asked which like player do you think is going to go on to be a good manager, and he said Xabi Alonso. He said his father was a manager, so he grew up around a father who was a football player who turned into a manager. He played football under some very well-known managers. Mourinho at Real Madrid, Ancelotti at Real Madrid, Rafa Benitez at Liverpool, Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich. And he played in a position which is that kind of middle of the road, you're controlling the game kind of position. So he had all of, I'm real, sorry. He has all of the kind of the ingredients to be a good manager, and lo and behold, he's gone on to do very well at Leverkusen. Now he's at Real Madrid. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with, you know, the way the team is currently, because I think the club has gone down the right road of buying some defenders, because our entire, like, 3 of our back 4 being injured with ACLs over the past 2 years has been pretty rough. And then losing, like, both of our left backs is kind of rough. So yeah, I think he's got a lot of the right components at Madrid, and if he can unlock that with his kind of managerial style, I think Madrid will be will hopefully do well. Same with Lampard. I was going to say, up until the most recent season, Lampard would, yeah, absolutely. But at Coventry, he seems to have done well. But it's one of the best performances from a manager of all time. Yeah, and he didn't buy that many new players. He used the players that were there. And that, in my mind, is the sign of a good coach. That is the sign of someone who is a good manager. That is something that Pep Guardiola has never done. He's always inherited a big squad or bought like a whole bunch of players, you know, at Barcelona, at Bayern Munich, and at Manchester City. And it's something that MvM isn't doing right now at United. And I do not understand how United fans aren't more like... Yeah, I should have been upstairs. I'm too busy yapping. I'm sorry, team. I don't understand why United fans aren't calling for his head. Because his performance has been terrible as a manager. And all this, trust the process. They did this with Ten Hag. Trust the process. He just needs his own players. A good coach, a good manager will be able to make something work with the players at your disposal. Especially if they're decent players. So the fact you're like, oh, I can't win because I don't have the right players, that's a red flag to me. Rafa Benitez is underrated, yeah. I used to be friends with a Liverpool fan. Well, I used to be friends. I used to live together. I haven't spoken to them in many, many years. And she adored Benitez. Thought Benitez was the best thing since sliced bread, right? But her boyfriend, who was also a Liverpool fan, her boyfriend didn't like Benitez, didn't like his tactics, and said that the only reason he won the Champions League was because he inherited Gerard Houlier's good team and made them win. And it's like, I don't know. But I always thought he was a very good manager. He did very well at Valencia, winning the league with them with a very small budget. He did it twice, you know. And yeah, did well at Liverpool. But what position does sliced bread play? He's a centre forward. He just plays off the crust, you know. Amram will get United relegated and bankrupt. I don't know. I don't think they'll ever get relegated. I can't see that happening. If it was going to happen, it would have been this season, but it would have required there to be more than, you know, other teams to do better. And that wasn't going to happen when the 3 promoted teams were as poor as they were this season. Oh yeah, I do believe the squad is overrated as hell. Oh yeah. I think Garnacho is a decent player, but he is not as good as people make him out to be. I think Højlund was bought for 80 million euros, and he wasn't that good of a centre forward anyway. He was pretty average. He's the kind of person you'd expect to see joining like a Europa League team. He was at Atalanta, you know. That was probably his level, you know. And that goes for a lot of players. Like he bought Lisandro Lopez from Ajax, and this guy was supposed to be fucking Paolo Maldini or something, but he's not been that good. Like it's actually wild, the prices and the amount of money that they spent on players who are bang average. Very strange. But then also you have to look at the players that they've bought towards the end of their careers, Casemiro, Varane, etc., who have kind of... A, you're buying older players, but B, I don't understand how a midfield of Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno Fernandes performs that badly. Eriksen was like the best creative player in the Premier League a few seasons ago. Casemiro was the best defensive midfielder in the world a few years ago. And Bruno Fernandes is still like one of the best creative players. Like how? How are you not performing very well? And then, you know, it just, yeah. So I don't know. I feel like yeah, there's a lot of issues with the recruitment. There's a lot of issues at the club itself, but a lot of people said that about Spurs as well. Like, Spurs were never going to win a trophy because of the mentality, this, that. As dire as they have been this season, they did win the Europa League. Yeah. I don't know. I think the Club World Cup is going to be a bit of a weird watch. But I'm excited to see what next season brings. Real Madrid have made a few signings already. There's potentially some more happening. Some players potentially coming back. I'm excited to see what Xabi Alonso can do with his team. Praying that the Barca favoritism ends. Super Cup game is going to be even weirder. PSG versus Spurs is going to be odd. Yeah, I mean the Europa League was. I don't know whether I'm just like no fun Andy or something, but I feel like the Conference League doesn't need to exist. You want the Seagulls to win? They could win something. Did they qualify for anything? What was I going to say? Yeah, the Conference League. The Conference League was made so that UEFA could get more money, you know. Simple as that, but I do think it's a very not professional for a team. Like, I don't know. There's something that didn't taste right. Nothing against Chelsea or Chelsea fans or anything like that. They won a cup. Great. Good for them. But it leaves a bit of a bad taste in my mouth that you've got Chelsea playing in the Conference League. You look at the state of the opposition. Like, I don't know, man. And I was like, should there be a rule where if you've competed in the Champions League for the past, like, 5 seasons or something, you don't get into the Conference League? I don't know, but, like, UEFA don't care. As long as they make more money with bigger teams being in the Conference League. But I think it's ridiculous that if you take a look at the teams already qualified for the Champions League, over half of them come from 4 countries. England have 6 because Spurs won the Europa League, so they get the extra one. Spain have 5, and I believe Italy and Germany have like 5 plus each as well. So in the top, over half come from the top 4 countries. And I think it's ridiculous. Because they expanded the format to have more teams. I thought that was going to be in order to have more teams from more countries represented. When I was a kid, right, I remember growing up watching Champions League on ITV. And I used to watch Olympiacos and Panathinaikos and Shakhtar Donetsk, Dynamo Kiev, you know, Steaua Bucharest, Lokomotiv Moscow, like all these teams that were like first or second in their respective countries. They would come in and they would do half a job, you know. I don't know if anyone remembers that Dynamo Kiev team, but and Andrei Shevchenko and Sergei Rebrov, like, they were insane. And they'd be able to beat Real Madrid. It was like, whoa, these guys are good. And then Shevchenko went to AC Milan. It's like, okay, cool. Now the Champions League, the knockout stages is literally just going to be Spain, Italy, England, Germany. Like, it's just going to be those guys. Maybe PSG as well. But that's about it. It's like, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me, man. I think the new Champions League format is dumb. I think the fact that they've expanded it and just expanded it for the bigger, richer teams is dumb. I think if you were going to do that, you may as well have done that fucking dumbass Super League idea, which I didn't support, by the way. But that Super League idea where you invite all the best teams in the world, like, that's essentially what the Champions League is now. You know? Yeah. And then you've got the Europa League, which was always like, oh, you're not quite good enough for the Champions League, but hey, here's this other European competition where you can play in, you can win a European trophy, it's a big deal, and if you win, you get qualified to the Champions League, regardless of what you did in the league. And you see Spurs this season. Spurs is like one of those stories. You know, we've seen teams do terribly in the league season, but because they won the Europa League, oh, Champions League, and that can change their season. You know, it can change their, you know, their 5-year plan. But the idea now that you go, oh, we got the Conference League as well. So, you know, this is a chance for more teams from around Europe to play in European competition against other teams. Okay, that's great. Oh, wait, it's just going to be won by the fucking big-ass teams that had a bad season the season before and didn't qualify for the Champions League. I don't know, man. Just feels bad. Hi, Nighty. Thank you for the 54 months. How you doing, buddy? That is true, Gubbins. That is another thing. That is something that I thought was dumb in the previous format. Oh, you did badly in the group in the Champions League? Here you go. Have another try in the Europa League. What? Why? Oh, HK. You good, buddy? Yeah, it's just another example of pampering to the top teams. Exactly, Gubbins. Where's the competitive integrity in that? There isn't any. The reason they do it is that they have the big money games during the season. Real Madrid played poorly for big stretches of this season, don't get me wrong. But the fact that we had to play Liverpool and AC Milan and whatever the fuck we also play. Like, there were some teams that had like pretty diabolical group stages. And they had to play really tough teams. I think PSG was an example of that. I think PSG is one of the comeback stories of the season because, if I remember correctly, they finished near the bottom of the league table, because they played against a whole bunch of tough teams, and they almost didn't qualify. And then, because the thing that really sucked from Madrid this season, they played badly in the group stage, and that meant that they had to play an extra knockout stage, and it was against fucking Manchester City. Just, yeah. Yeah, see, that's a tough run-in. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me at all. Why have seeding if it doesn't mean anything? Like it's. I'm gonna use a really. You can have a sandwich. I'm sorry. You know, like in what's the show with Simon Cowell called? You know, that stuff. Feel barely alive, but your boss man this week, so you can't take him off. Oh no, that sucks, man. I hope you're feeling better soon. Britain's Got Talent. You know Britain's Got Talent, where it's like there's someone who's clearly good, you know, and you're like, oh, they should go through, and they're like, no, you don't have it. Or there's someone who's clearly bad, but they're in the competition somehow. I had a friend at one of my works. He used to work at the hospital. He went on Britain's Got Talent or X Factor or whatever it was, yeah. And he was a pretty good singer, but he didn't get through to the live show. And he was like, but I'm better than a lot of the slop that you put on there. He didn't use the word slop because that hadn't been invented until Swede invented it, you know, a few months ago. And he was like, I'm better than those guys. And they were like, yeah, but like those people are entertaining. So yeah. So it's like, oh, so you put those guys through because they're entertaining, not because they're good. You know what I mean? And that's what this Champions League format is. They don't care about, oh, you're a higher seeded team, so you should have a slightly easier ride. No. We're going to place the two best teams in the competition against each other in the group stage because it'll be entertaining and it will sell us more TV rights, you know? That's all it is how to make more money for UEFA all the time. Exactly, Gubbins, exactly. And that's what the Champions League is turning into. It's not a talent competition, it's popularity. How can we make more games happen among the big teams? It is what they did with the Nations League. They masked it pretty well, and I'm going to admit, I'll raise my hand and say, oh yeah, I was a little gullible, actually. I believed in the whole, oh, we don't want these silly friendlies. We want to have, you know, more games amongst the big teams. Oh, okay. So they create another competition, so there's more games being played that are competitions, and, you know, it's against the bigger countries because of competitive stuff, right? No, because they want more games like, you know, Spain versus France and England versus Germany. And they're not going to do friendlies every year. So let's just have them play against each other in the Nations League. Yippee! Like, oh god, this guy's invincible. Because he's being healed by the giant medic. Yeah, it's... We talked about Britain's Got Talent. Sorry, Reflex. Yes, I've been yapping about football for a while. That heavy was getting the ultimate healthcare, yeah. You have to win the mob, not just be good. Exactly, which is why you go on there with a sob story, Wayne. When I was 5, I died. But now I am back again. You know, like, okay, great. Are you good at singing, though? Like, what's your deal? If I was a judge on there, I'd just be like, don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Just do your talent or get the fuck off the stage. I'm not interested. Don't want your history. Don't want your background. I don't even want to know your name, love. All right? Just sing. Do your thing. We used to do a drinking game at uni. I think it was X Factor. I don't think it was Britain's Got Talent. We used to, whenever they used to do the piano music, we'd be like, whoa, listen up. Because it was one of those where, you know, it was a sob story. And we'd always do a little bet. Is this person going to get through based on their sob story? Amanda Holden crying while clapping. Amanda Holden is like Rio Ferdinand. Amanda Holden crying while clapping is like Rio Ferdinand going Ballon d'Or when Vinicius scored in the Champions League final last year. Like, it's just, it's brain rot for people who, you know, can count their brain cells on one hand, you know what I mean? Let's talk F1 now. F1's a shit show, man. The only thing I've got left in my F1 repertoire is I hope Piastri wins the championship and not Norris. Hi Sandy, happy Monday. The games are going good. Games are going quick and clean. I was a late start, so the fact that we are rinsing through, I've got my crack squad with me. How was your weekend? Italian football commentary is funny. Yeah, it's just different vibes. Like, I grew up with Spanish football commentary, where they would go, goal, and they do it for like ages, you know. South American is obviously very similar as well. Your brain's working on 1980s analog signal. Nice. One where he doesn't want to step on the badge. Yeah, it's just brain rot, man. Hi, Damien. Good to see you, dude. How have you been? Good. The Norris hate is getting overblown now. No, it's not. You don't police my thoughts. I can hate whoever the fuck I want to hate. If I were to hate a little rich kid who thinks he's God's gift to Formula One, then I will hate him. It's as simple as that. Oh, you can't hate him. Everyone else hates him, so you can't hate him. No. Fuck that shit, man. All F1 drivers, barring a couple, I think Fernando Alonso didn't grow up with, like, riches, wealth. But pretty much all of them grew up with riches, rich family, wealth, all the privilege in the world. And they're, like, just posh, rich snobs. I enjoy, like, the races, but let's be honest. That's why most of them are assholes. Arrogant assholes. Just go back from a trip? Oh, nice. Using unpacking and cleanup? Nice. Getting ready to settle down. And they hold on to the goal thing so they can find out who scored the goal? I don't know. That sounds like it could be plausible. Have you ever seen that Argentinian guy? He does like a song when someone scores. He puts on some music and does a little song every time someone scores. It's pretty funny. Democratically vote on who I can hate? Nah, I'm not having that. Good luck with the exams, Dormat. Thanks for hanging out. You grew up with witches? That would make them more interesting people, I think. I don't know, IT. I think that is something that has happened for quite a while. And sometimes happens. But take a look at last season. Last season, McLaren had the best car. McLaren had the best car for most of the season. But Verstappen wins because he is by far the best driver on the grid at the moment. And even with a worse car, he was able to take that car to, like... He was able to get more points than he was supposed to, you know? Some of the races are boring, like Monaco. And at the moment, yeah, McLaren have the best car. And, yeah. Like, when you look at the grid, I feel like Piastri and Norris are not the best drivers. They just have, by far, the best car. I think Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton. You know what? I'm going to throw Alonso in there because I'm biased. I feel like all of those guys would do better in the McLaren than the boys currently in them. But yeah, McLaren just have like a rocket ship at the moment. This is a banger, by the way. I don't know who requests this each week, but thumbs up from me. Return to tradition, watch the rally. I think I've watched like clips of it. When I was a kid, I used to wake up on the weekend, and there used to be something called, it was called like Trans World Sport. I think it was on Channel 5. And it used to show lots of different sports. Oh, there we go. These are like cycling, rally, like all sorts of different things. So I just watch it. I'll be like, oh, okay, it's cool. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I'm not like slating them. You still need to be a good driver to win and do stuff like that. Yeah, Piastri is obviously incredibly talented. And so is Norris. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like his attitude at all. It used to be a discussion I used to have with Cloudy, who I used to live with. Cloudy absolutely hated George Russell. He said he didn't like him being so smug and smarmy all the time, which I could see. Whoa! But
at least he's not Max.
Norris, it's just his attitude. I just do not get. I do not like at all. And there's so many incidents over last season where it was just like, it just worse and worse, you know. And yeah, and it's a common thread where there's no way that he can be humble. Last season, they didn't win because it was his fault. He made mistakes last season. He fucked up multiple times, and he wasn't good enough. And that's why he should have won the championship, but, you know, he didn't. Hi, more Alexi. Thank you for the 102, man. Congratulations on Spurs' monumental victory. You're the biggest NASCAR fan? I don't know, Reflex. Last week you were telling me you knew about NBA, man. I don't know what to believe anymore. These tickets are on Nationwide? Oh no. Your girlfriend's gonna see the bill now. Who's been buying MvM tickets? It's been about the little bump thing that happened in the race. Yeah. Basically, there was something that happened, and if you like do something in a race where you kind of take the position in front of somebody, where it was like an illegal move, then you're supposed to give the position back, and Verstappen didn't, and he did a little move that looked intentional, where he bumped into another car. Kind of ironic considering Russell did well, not exactly the same thing, but he broke the rules to take and willingly took a penalty last week. Any drivers that have any personality also seem like spoiled rich kids. Kimi Räikkönen had great personality back in the day. I think Fernando Alonso. He's always been very entertaining. Just look up like Fernando Alonso angry moments in cars. You know. But yeah, and the problem is the entry point for Formula One is very difficult. You need to grow up having done like, you know, go-karting and whatnot, and it takes a lot of money. You need to have rich parents who are able to afford that kind of thing. Yeah, Vettel. You tattooed your motto on you? Oh my gosh. Where's the tattoo, big man? Where is it? Where's the pictures? You're home? Oh shit, nice. How would you rate your time in New Zealand? Also, not to go back to the football talk, but Gubbins, what do you think of Sheshko? Apparently, Arsenal are trying to buy Sheshko instead of Goikarez. I was trying to have this discussion with my sister's fiance, but yeah, he doesn't. He was just like, yeah, I'm happy with whatever the club does. I'm like, you could have an opinion, man, come on. Yeah, when Kimmy got off when his car broke down, he's like, I'm gonna go to my yacht. Yeah, no, I'm not. I dislike Norris because I dislike his, you know, his demeanor, his whatever, right? But I'm not somebody who's like, yeah, you should be hating on him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't condone that. I feel like people who do that kind of thing in general are fucking weirdos. But my point is, I don't like him as a driver. Like, he can't do things like, you know, like when Hamilton was like, damn, you guys have got a fast car this year. And his immediate response was to turn around and be like, you guys had a fast car for 7 years. Like, it's our turn now. It's like, whoa, okay, buddy. Like, fucking chill. You know, or every single time trying to maintain that he didn't have the fastest car when he obviously did. You know, even Piastri was like, oh, one of the interviews was like, oh, Norris thinks you don't have the fastest car. And he was like, huh? Yeah, we do have the fastest car. Like, I don't know. It's just... Oh, shit. I can't hear the thing because the music's too loud. Yeah. Well, that's the thing with Goikarez is that, like, he's a good player and I think he'd probably do a good job, but historically, like, anyone remember Mario Jardel? I think Gubbins might. I don't know if anyone else is old enough to remember. But Mario Jardel was, like, the highest scoring guy in the fucking world at one point. At Sporting Lisbon, he scored over a goal a game for a season. Then I think he went to Porto, and for 2 or 3 years, scored over a goal a game for a few years. And then he went back to Sporting Lisbon, and then scored, like, over a goal a game for a season. So it's just sort of like 4 or 5 years, he was scoring over a goal a game consistently. And then for everyone saying the same thing about Goikarez, Jardel did it in the Champions League and like they won the Europa League, I think, or the UEFA Cup as it was back then. And this guy was like insane, like just his goal output was insane. He played for Brazil and I think he scored 1 goal for Brazil in his entire career in like 10, 15 games. Went to other teams and just didn't really perform. I ended up at Bolton. And he never scored a league goal for them. Like, there's more to the story than that, but basically, like, yeah, you can play in other leagues, but the fact remains that some of these leagues aren't as technical or aren't as physical or aren't of as higher quality, and you're able to get away with a lot more. This is something that was said for so many years about South American leagues, about players coming over. You take a look at Neymar. When Neymar was at Santos, he was insanely good, right? But when he went to Barcelona, it took him time to, like, learn. And it also took him time to realize that in Europe, defenders don't just stand there and watch you do your tricks. They will go in and fucking batter you, you know? And so many South American players would come over to Europe and expect to be given the space and time to be their creative selves, but they weren't given that time. They have to adapt. And yeah, some players just don't. Yeah, he was at Bolton, yeah. You're thinking about the right one. He was also at Galatasaray for a season, I believe. And, like, won the league and the UEFA Cup. Yeah, he won the cup, the Super Cup against Real Madrid, if I remember correctly. With Galatasaray, again scoring over a goal a game, but yeah. Good afternoon, Grumpy. How have you been? Test it on Snapchat. I will check it out. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. It's getting warm in here. By the way, after like, what, the past 4 or 5 days, I'm drinking almond milk in my coffee. I think I rate it. I think I might be doing it from now on. A little less dairy. And we'd have some cheese on my cheeseburger yesterday, so... So we hear the Chocobo song, or a variation of the Chocobo song every week. Love it. So many different variations. You're just working ATM, but you got no meetings until late. You're gonna vibe here? Sounds good. Whatever you do, do not ask how many other people here are working. If you're lactose intolerant, you can't remember what milk tastes like. Yeah, see, like I was like thinking maybe I'm not fully lactose intolerant, but maybe too much isn't good for me. It kind of adds to an issue I have. So I've been trying to drink a little bit. So yeah, I've been having some almond milk. It's pretty nice. It's not like I drink a lot of milk anyway, but like I used to eat a lot of cereal. I used to eat cereal every day. Love me some cereal, but I don't really do that much anymore. So. You're working 9 hours per day for the next 12 days straight? Really? Even the weekends, man? That sucks. Guess I'm gonna have to do some streams at the weekend to keep you entertained. We are speeding through this, team. I'm loving it. Oh shit, that sucks. Did you get paid more for working, do you get paid more for working on the weekend as well? Or like how's that work with your like contract? Your mind's gonna, oh yeah. Well, just take breaks, man. Just only do what you can. Like, where's this 5? Hello? It's $5. Thank you. Had to buy another controller for Dark Souls? Why? Did you break it? Did we have a rage moment? Did you get to the other bell yet? Because the last time you were playing when I was there, you were doing, you just finished the gargoyles, right? You got to Blighttown. Oh. Got to Blighttown and found out. You get double in weekends and extra overtime. That's pretty cool. Think money up here is going to burn if there is any? No? Think it might be Gucci? Maybe. We're on a Chicago server. Oh my god, I haven't seen the tank go in here for a long time. Oh, stick drift. Yes, Rude was telling me that you had like even worse stick drift than him. Oh. Yeah, new controllers. Which one did you get? Oh shit, I bet. Strength versus Dex argument. Yeah, man. Have you played Elden Ring, right, Grumpy? Have you tried out Night Rain? Or are you planning on? Because me and my boys, we've been playing it a lot over the past few days. Shrink best stats because you can use big hammers and bonk enemies to death. I mean, that's Sweet's way of thinking as well. To be fair, that's what I was playing as last night in Night Rain. Well, he's not so much a straight, he's more like a defensive character. He uses a shield, but he uses a halberd, so I was just kind of like, defend, big bonk. It was actually more fun than I thought. My rating so far, I really like the arrow guy. Bow and arrow guy, Iron Eye, I think it's called. I quite like Executor, who is the katana guy. But the shield guy is also very good. I'm struggling with the magic girl and the summoner. Tried out the summoner and it's like, it's a bit finicky for me. I really like the concept. If you get the finishing blow on an enemy, you have a chance of summoning that enemy as a summon for you. So obviously you want to try and get the finishing blows, but you have your like basic guys who will do stuff for you, and it's like, I don't know, I think it takes a little bit longer to work for me. I haven't tried a couple of the other ones yet though. I've changed my chin. No. Still Dex all the way, man. I respect the bonk, but Dex is always going to be better. Mobility, speed, more attacks. But having done like 2 Elden Ring playthroughs on seamless co-op using strength builds because everyone demanded it. I'm summoning chat. Yeah, when I did the Shrek playthrough, I was Shrek with a big club. That was big bonk. And then when I did the Thanos one, the big twin blade that I used to like emulate his weapon, that was strength based. So I ended up just doing big bonk jump attacks. 'Twas Shrek-defying. Yeah, Muz's first playthrough of Dark Souls 1. We got a lot of gamers who we've been watching and supporting through their playthroughs. Capra Demon is, even for veterans, still one of the more annoying fights. Did I see the Slot Brain patch notes? I saw that there was an update. What did they change? Did they buff something? Did they nerf something we've already beaten? Oh yeah, it's the dogs, yeah. There's a Steam only change that improve wall climbing. Let's fucking go! We stay winning, chat. We stay winning. Ugh. Honestly, Swood, last night, I kept dreaming about Nyrene. I kept dreaming about builds. I kept dreaming about the fact that we were so close to beating that madness fucker. So you fixed the bug where it's sometimes difficult to on a gamepad. Interesting. Okay, we'll see how efficient that is. Code night game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether Jordan's free during like the week, but if he is, we can play some on stream tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. Need to have with you uncompleted Elden Ring. That's okay. Wayne hasn't finished Elden Ring yet. I think Scoutman, didn't it take you like a couple of years to finish it up? Castle Stone Bloodborne? Look at this guy with his fucking consoles. Get out of here! Flexing your Bloodborne on us. I haven't played Bloodborne and I don't have a PS4, so I can't. But, yeah. I've played through Elden Ring. How many playthroughs have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think? I've done 9 playthroughs? Wayne's 75% through ER. Aham's doing DS2 DLCs. Yeah, he said he finished, he said he beat Sin last night. Moses started DS1. Creek needs to start ER. Creek keeps saying he's going to start ER, but then he doesn't. So it's like, I don't know where you are at the moment, so... And 75% I guess is like subjective depending on how much like side stuff you're going to do. But yeah. Creek's starting in 5 years, yeah. He has the game, he owns the game, right? He owns the game on Steam, but he's not played it. After you're 100% Subnautica, you might play through it. Ooh, love Subnautica. Are you Swood in disguise? Love strength builds. Play Subnautica. Same person. Same brain cell. Oh, that's the wrong. Yeah, I love Subnautica. Can't wait for the next one. I really enjoyed Below Zero as well. I know some people didn't, but... Yeah. You just killed Morgoth or something? Alright. Yeah. Maybe like 2/3, I suppose. Jimmy and Creek used to work in the same building and bumped into each other randomly. Really? Did I know this? I don't know if I knew this or not. You've been awake for 64 hours straight? What? Why? You sleep, man. Can't sleep on. Why are you asleep now? Why are you still conscious? Also, remember I talked about doing a 24-hour stream at some point? I gotta start actually thinking of when I would potentially do it, if I can, because time is running out. I think there's only actually a week period in which I'll be able to do it, so... When was I dipping? It'll be end of June, 25th, 26th, around that time will probably be my last stream here until August. So yeah, we still got like a month's worth of streams pretty much. And then I'll be kind of like AWOL for till middle of August. Then I'll be back for a week. We'll do a week worth of streams, catch up, and then I'll be gone again until mid-September. We are not having that, no. What the hell is that? Why is it named Cats? Oh, it's one of those things. Right, I see what it is. Why do I hate cats? I know your games. Sneaky. You're making it to 72 and then sleeping? Okay, that's fair. Excuse me. But yeah, Reflex, I may do some like IRL streams at some point. I'm gonna see. Maybe I could do some cooking streams. I could potentially do some cooking streams. It really depends in the place that we've got. If I can set up my laptop, I could do cooking streams. So I could do like pretty regular cooking streams. while Jubas is working, because she's going to be working Canadian time, I could just be like in the kitchen doing some streaming, you know? That's actually not a bad idea. You gonna be up to the next couple of days? Yeah, good luck with the exams, man. Get that exam done and then enjoy the summer. You got a cat yesterday? Nice. What's their name? What type of cat is it? And by type, I mean colour, because I don't know what cat types are. Changing a camera angle during the truth nuke. I actually really enjoyed that character last night. And I think the lineup we had, I think is good. Whoever plays what, you know? Like bow guy, katana guy, bird guy. I think. I can buy a gem that makes him target me when I guard. So if I put that on, or anyone can do that. Like I said, anyone can play whatever, but then that like really helps everyone else. I think it would really help Katana guy getting status effects on. Start with bleed on my thing. I think yeah. Life is a Psycho. Named the thing Pluto, which is the name of the black cat from Elegant Poster. That's cool. What do you mean Psycho? That's a goated name. Gonna be the rest of your life? Oh shit, what are you gonna be? You got any plans for summer? Anything specific you're gonna be doing? Holy shit, that reminds me. Oh my gosh, this is funny. You guys ever watched the show Naked and Afraid? Basically, they take two people who are like survivalists or want to try this thing. And they throw them in a jungle somewhere. And they have to survive for 21 days. And it's really tough because they're allowed to take one item with them, and most of them take like a machete or some fishing line or something. And there was two people on there, and basically one of them was this Mexican lady who had already done the challenge on like the Mexican version of the TV show. She was pretty hardcore. And then there was this other guy who was from Norway, and he was like, I am a Viking. I am one of the last Vikings, you know, and all this lot. We were like, oh shit. And she's like, last time I was on this show, on the Mexican version, my partner tapped out halfway through, and I had to finish the challenge alone. And then she saw this guy, and she's like, oh, by the way, they're naked during this. Like, they literally have nothing. Like, no clothes or nothing. And she was like, oh, like, I have a Viking on my team. Like, yeah, we're going to do this. This guy gets a week into the challenge. She's like, I'm so hungry. I have to tap out. She's like, disappointing. And she managed to do another 2 weeks by herself. She had gashed her leg open with like an inch deep cut with a machete. She carried on. She didn't eat for 2 weeks before finding a frog to eat. She couldn't sleep because the roof that the guy had made was like leaked, so she had to fix it. It was wild. But yeah, there we go. Oh, that's too slow. Regular cat and orange cat. Yeah, you got black cat, brown cat, orange cat. Some single player adjustments. Okay, cool. Well, we can give it a try later, maybe. People are free. I'll have to message Jordan to see what like his availability is during the week. You have any plan? We just okay, that's nice. The cat kills its owners. Oh shit! Okay, I see what you mean. You're going to the Poland? Oh. And you thinking about London? Do it, man. I say just go for it. When are you going to get, like, the opportunities, you know? Everyone who says they're a Viking of fates. Oh my. Yeah, it was super cringe. Like, this guy just... The whole point of the show is that you've got to be able to, like, build a shelter, traverse through jungle. Because after the 21 days, you have to make, like, a really, really long trek to the finish line. So you need to be able to, like, identify stuff, survive. There's, like, snakes. There's all sorts of shit going on. But the biggest part is that you just don't eat. You don't get much sleep because, A, it's a jungle. But you also don't eat. If you don't find food, you don't eat. And they couldn't find any food. And this guy just tapped out. He was just like, I'm so hungry. It's like, what were you expecting? Like, you're going to have, like, 3-course meals? Like, what? You start Elden Ring, you let me choose my build. Look, man. The thing about Elden Ring is that you can change your build, like, 50 times throughout the run, depending on what item you find. So, I don't want to deprive you of that. I want to deprive you of that. My first playthrough was my good old Dex with Katana. But then I also kind of leaned into using intelligence as well, because I wanted to try out the spells. I've done a playthrough with incantations, done a playthrough with strength, done a playthrough with sorcery only. All sorts of stuff. It's such a good game. Curve swords and cannon build. Wait, Tillin not in chat? Someone else requesting Linkin Park? What's going on? Voice Lisa shows they'll cover a different era. Damn, nice. Which one do you want to go to? You want to go to all? Damn, okay. Is that possible? How long will you wait in London for? I have no resistances, I just realized. It's a bit more forgiving in the sense of Soulsborne games. Yeah, it's... You can respec relatively early on in the game, but there's so many different things. Like, I can't explain how much variety there is in the game in terms of, like, the different weapon spells. Like, you might find a weapon that's... You might be like, I'm going to go big bonk. And then you find a big bonk weapon that also scales with faith, you know? So you're like, okay, I'll start leveling up faith as well. And then you find some spells that, like, support your playstyle, you know what I mean? It's a week, a day show, August 29th, September 3. Yeah, that sucks, man. That's unfortunate timing. I'll be in Italy. I'll actually be close to London. So I'll be in Italy on the 29th. I'll be in northern Italy. Then I fly back to England for like a night, and then fly out to Ireland on the 31st of August. Yeah. So 30th, I'm flying back from Italy. 31st, I'll be flying out to Ireland. And then we're in Ireland until mid-September. So, yeah, that's unfortunate timing. It's the same with Karik and Carrie, unfortunately. Carrie is in the UK the week before Jubats arrives. So, it's unfortunate timing. I think it's literally she goes back to Poland the day Jubats arrives. I don't know if there's any crossover whatsoever. It's a shame. But there'll be more opportunities in the future. You leave 15th. Yeah. Jubats arrives in the UK on the 14th. It's unfortunate. It's a shame. So wait, have you ever been to London before, Reflex? I like how somehow you included a YouTube link in that sentence, but yeah. In late September, she'll be back home. Accidental control view. It happens. Grumpy, did you watch any of the TF2 NA LAN? Happened last weekend? Hi Creek, we were just talking about you. Your ears must have been burning. No, just talking about not being able to meet up with you over the summer because timing has not worked out in our favour. Carrie goes back to Poland like the day Jubats arrives. Because Reflex is talking about he's going to be in London, but he's in London when I'm in Ireland. So it's like ships in the night, just crossing. Oh! Ah! There's a spy blocking my rocket jump. True, true. Whether Carrie will forgive you for that. Oh wait, shit, is this final mission? It is. Oh shit, Gamba, next round, Gamba. We will, yeah, we'll see. Oh, fuck. I can't hear the timer, so I don't know how much time I have to upgrade. And you didn't catch the LAN? It was entertaining. It's good. European team won on American soil. There was Australians there. So three continents at a LAN for the first time in yonks. And Banny thought the Australians would finish in 5th/6th place. And then the Australians knocked him out in the lower bracket in 5th/6th place. So there was a little bit of spice to the proceedings. And yeah, European team against American team in the final. Euros came out on top. You're getting your day skipper license soon? Oh shit, really? Getting an upgrade so soon? We're close to Jamba, we are. Can almost taste it. What is on this week? So I need to check with Jordan first, Scatman. I would like to play Night Rain every day, all day. But we're playing through with Jordan, and you know, I don't want anyone to feel left out. I know I'd feel a little bit bummed if the boys played without me and with someone else, so I don't really want to you know, play without Jordan's. So if Jordan's free, then we'll probably do Night Rain tomorrow, Wednesday kind of thing. Thursday, I won't be able to do stuff until later in the day because I need to help the family out with some stuff. But, yeah, so if Jordan's is free, Night Rain tomorrow and Wednesday, and then maybe some DVD on Thursday. And on Friday, maybe more Night Rain. We just rinse through the Night Rain. It'd be cool if we could do everything in 100% of the game before I'm, like, not here anymore. But, yeah. Night Pain? Yeah. Man, last night, after you guys left, we did the Madness boss, and we got it within, like, a centimeter. And we missed out. We gutted. We had a really good, like, we had really good builds. We had a good lineup. We were playing so well. Ah, it's so good. And honestly, like, we didn't tilt. That's what I've really enjoyed about this. Like, no one's been blaming each other about anything. We've just been playing the game, enjoying it. Like, oh shit, that sucks. But, like, let's try and do this next time. It's just, it feels fun. Even when you lose, it's like, okay, let's go back in, like, next game. Let's go. It's 5 days navigation, and you did all the practical stuff. It's easy to do again. Yeah, man, if you're on a roll, do it. You don't own the game, but stuff are left out. Tomorrow, Wednesday? Tomorrow, as in, like, I'll play tomorrow, and I'll play Wednesday. Sorry, I know I merge my words and skip words sometimes. So, potentially Night Rain Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe some Dead by Daylight, shortish stream on Thursday. And Night Rain Friday. That could be the week. I'm skipping the intro cutscene. I mean, I think, yeah. Jordan running off and drop, that happened once, and it was like, what are you doing? There was a moment last night where I was, we had this event happen to us, a random event, random chimp event. And basically this plague of locusts kept following us and sapping our levels. And we were trying, me and Sweet were trying to like, be like, so what is this thing that's killing us? Like, what is this? But then there was another thing, and Jordan kept getting confused. And we were like, dude, we're talking about something different. Like, please. He was just like, so we've got to go this way. We're like, no, it's the wrong thing. But no, I've loved it. It's giving me real, like, Elden Ring release day vibes as well. Oh, shit, Gamba. Get your predictions in, chat. We've got 6 people finishing. 6 chances of an Aussie. I have so many things. I have 0 resistances. Maybe negative. I don't know. You guys do what you want to do. Just know I'm getting a golden pan. So 5 days CeeJaey streams. I mean, look, you guys. I'm not going to be streaming very much over summer, right? I do like the idea of doing some cooking streams while I'm at the other place, but. Oh, I'll give you guys some streams before I go away. I do want to play some of those indie games I talked about. But I don't want you guys to miss out. Like I felt a little bit bad that we beat that boss that I talked about. Oh, I was gonna say don't revive me. I need upgrades. Just teleport actually. I got 0 resistances. What's it saying? Yeah, so yeah, we'll try and do as many streams in the next few weeks as possible. Need to entertain us. Yeah, you guys will feel lonely. What are you guys gonna do? What are you guys gonna watch when you're at work? You know? Hi, Venom. Yeah, do it, man. Play a little bit MvM. You find more podcasts? Yeah. Or you can check out the VOD channel and watch old CeeJaey streams and pretend they're live. Okay, here we go. You're worried about this one? There's 6 finishers, so there's a chance. Why did I have to say that? Oh, this is not even good. It's not even good. Oh, the 6 and 2s are coming thick and fast. This is brutal. This is brutal. Oh, okay. Wayne could help the believers here. Got a Bass Saber. Got an Ubersaw. That's a 6-2. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 5 6-2s? And a 7-3. Cough up the... Alright. Chill your beans. It's the worst one you've ever seen. The only thing worse than that would be like 6-2s. Oh, okay, expert. Anyone want to jump in for expert? Oh, I was gonna. Oh, hang on, message. I think I'll only do 2 tours, seeing as I started late today. It's my bad. Could have maybe have done 3 if I didn't start late. So he hates his audience? What? Why do I hate my audience? What have I done? You can disappear forever now? Alright, man. Good luck with the studying and the exams and everything. Say get a pan but no pan. I believed, man. I believed. I lie. Can't hate a man for believing, Reflex. How many spots do I got left? 30? What? Oh, right, yeah, because I used up some space, didn't I? Karik, anyone? Anyone for some expert? We're going to play with randos. Meister's not around. He's away. Maybe me starting late threw people off. Or he's in the office today. I'm guessing he's on his lunch break. See you later, Grumpy. Good luck with the meeting. It's great to see you. Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from Creamy, but he's in another game now, so I think he's just gonna give him a couple of minutes. And then we'll do expert. message Jordan while I'm waiting. If Jordan cannot game Night Rain, by the way, I will have to find something else to stream. So we'll play like a short indie game or something. What that would be, I do not know. Dredge DLC. Could do. Maybe. I was thinking of doing that in my own time, but maybe. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. The fuck is this game? You read Dredge? You thought of DVD? Yeah. Dredge in DVD. Yeah, I mean, if it's just extra stuff, maybe I'll just do that in my own time. I've got some, like, short indie games I've got from Humble Bundle and stuff like that, so I'll do a little, like, look through. Again, if Jordan's free, we play, Okay, I'm going to start searching. I'm not getting a response. Yeah, we'll play Night Rain. And then we'll do DBD, because I need to do DBD challenges and stuff. Now we twiddle our thumbs waiting. Hopefully we can speedrunny this a little bit. We actually finished 2 cities in like 2 hours. So this could be, like, if we're not going to be able to speedrun because we've got 2 randoms, but yeah. Dailies? Huh? Huh? Oh, dailies. I'm so dumb. Go scout.
Let's go. Thanks,
Yeah, we could do dailies because it seems like we are gonna have to wait for some people to join. Do you know what one of my favorites is gonna be? Is Food Guesser. Big fan of Food Guesser. I'm a fan. Okay, here we go. So we got rice, coconut milk, chicken, beef, tofu, sambal, noodles. Dish is a communal meal traditionally served on a platter lined with banana leaves. Consists of fragrant rice surrounded by a variety of flavorful side dishes, such as curry chicken. Giving me Southeast Asia. What do you think? Hi, Spishka. How's it going? Indonesia? India? Yeah, I'm thinking more India. Could be Indonesia, though. I'm going to say India. I could spell it. Cold? Maybe it is Indonesia. Garrus, banned. Nazi Ambeng. Oh, the game has started. And I'm going to miss money. No, I'm not. CeeJaey miss money? Never. Good luck. Thank you, thank you. Why is it cold? I mean, distance-wise, I guess it's pretty far away. Same continent, but... Yeah. The banana leaves made me think India for some reason. My initial thought was Southeast Asia, and then I saw India in the chat, and I was like, banana leaves? India? Should have had the courage of my convictions. Imposter. I'm using English voice if you just run translator. That's okay. No NG. We're going NG-less. Okay, well, we have to wait because there's only 5 of us. Okay, next round. Semolina flour, all-purpose flour, water, salt, ricotta, cheese. Small hand-rolled pasta shells with a distinct groove, perfect for capturing sauce. Mixed with semolina flour, water, chewy texture. Ricotta, broccoli ribs, sausage, pasta. Okay. It's got to be Italy, right? As I give you. Cavatelli. I think this is yuck or yum. I'll go for a yum. Let me give that a yum. Okay, so 2 people have joined and not switched to engineer. That's kind of wild. Like, you join a team without an engineer and you're like, yeah, oh, this guy's never played expert before. Okay. Another random teammates. Alex does have like an old account that he would just put on engineer, called Luigi, and just put him on engineer in the back lines. And, yeah, helped with queue times, but. Yeah, queue time is when we were playing like Oil Spill and Steel Trap. It was proper rough queue times because no one wants to play that. And because there's 6 missions, the variety of the queue time is wild. So you end up with just needing all accounts to queue. A raid from Unicorn Owl? Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We're just playing some MvM today. We had a terrible two cities tour, so we're doing expert now for some better luck, hopefully. How was the stream? And how are you, Kyan? Was good, you're good? Nice. Glad to hear it. Were you doing TF2 today, or... I'm guessing you're doing TF2. The Faith Kwame 2 soundtrack? What, Linkin Park? Linkin Park's in the Yakuza series? I don't remember that, man. Don't remember Kiryu throwing punches to Linkin Park. There's a mod that uses the OST? Oh, shit, nice. What are we doing?
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
Edgy teen CeeJaey used to listen to a lot of Linkin Park. You're gonna do some Subnautica tomorrow and shoot yourself. Had to get stream shot today because you have to be an adult. Ah. I hate it when you have to be an adult, yeah, sucks. Good luck. I'm guessing it's your first time playing Subnautica? It's one of my favorite games, I love it. It's so good. It's funny you mention that because Grumpy was just in chat earlier saying that he's trying to 100% the game. I've 100% both Subnautica games. And Subnautica 2 is coming out at some point. I don't know if it's this year, next year, year after. That's going to have co-op. But yeah, it's so good. I love it. If you enjoy it, if you don't mind the unsolicited recommendation, if you enjoy it, I'd recommend a game called Outer Worlds. No, Outer Wilds. Sorry. Not the Fallout kind of game. Outer Wilds is one of my favorite games ever. It has that like Subnautica level of like exploration and discovery, which I really love. Where you just kind of you go on little excursions, you go further and further each time. You find out more about the world. It's like such a unique experience. It's one of those games where I wish I could forget it so I could play it again, you know, without knowing what was going on. It's that good. It's one of those games that you just, yeah. And Subnautica is the same. Subnautica obviously has a lot of like crafting elements and whatnot in it. Outer Wilds is more just kind of play the game and explore. Linkin Park is prime nostalgia band. Yeah. It's it really like reminds me of a certain era. Yeah. You tried it and the controls infuriated you. Just exploded over and over. Oh no. That's a shame. Yeah. I do get like the spaceship controls are a little... Can be a little squiffy. There is an autopilot for going to certain places, which is what I used while I was learning everything. Which was my first Australian? My first Australian was a flamethrower. Which was my 80-second tour of 2 cities. You gotta go enjoy stream. Thank you very much, and thank you again for the raid. Enjoy the rest of your day, and have fun with Subnautica tomorrow. Wait, Linkin Park's lead, Mike's kid, didn't know he was a rock and roll. Really? How do you not know who your dad is? It's kind of funny. It's like Ronaldo's, one of Ronaldo's kids. You ask him like who his favorite footballer is, and he doesn't say his dad. He says Mbappe. Imagine being one of the greatest footballers, not of your generation, but of all time, and you ask your child, who's your favorite footballer? And it's like that guy over there, the one that looks like a Ninja Turtle. I'm like, okay. You know his ego's hurt a little bit. Kid did it on purpose to spite him? Maybe. I've seen some clips of Kim Kardashian's daughter just like calling her mum out on stuff, which is kind of funny. Like, she's a spoiled rich kid, but she calls out her mum for being a spoiled rich kid. They're not born, they spawn. Do you think there's less opportunity for people to reach that level of wealth now if they're not born into it? You go back like 100 years or something, 50 years even. You think like if you're able to do the right stuff, you'd be able to get to a certain level of wealth. Do you think that there's less opportunities for that now if you don't already start off with wealth? There's still things you can do, like invest in the right thing. Crypto. But alright, boring time. Let's take a look at food guesser. Right. Last one, guys. Oh, fish. Frozen raw fish. Salt, black pepper, onion, garlic, vinegar. This dish features thinly sliced raw fish, typically salmon or whitefish, served frozen. You shave the fish into paper-thin slices, eaten with some salt and pepper. This is giving me Nordic vibes. If you want to request, you can request a song, Spitchka. You do !SR and then put a YouTube link, kind of like Gubbins did in the chat above, and then it will add it to the queue. Russia? Finland? That's what I'm kind of thinking. If you saw it on a picture, Hey, do we think this is yuck or yum? I don't know, maybe it's nice. I do like Ryan Chovies. It's like a Spanish thing, so maybe I can't rate. Okay, what do we get? 40,500. So we got, if I'd listened to the Indonesia call earlier, then we would have got a perfect score this week. So it's pretty good. Pretty good going, chat. How pro am I in TF2? I have a trophy. I have 2 trophies. I have like a fuck ton of medals. I don't know. I played competitive for like over 10 years. I played at the highest level in Highlander, and I was on the best team in the world. Well, I led the best team in the world for a few years. I won 4 lands. I won ETF 12 Prem 6 times, 8 times. UGC Platinum a bunch of times. So I was good on my class, and I played for a very good team. We were very successful. That's about it, really. What am I doing here? Let's do that. Roster rider during the lands. Bruh. That could not be further from the truth. I was the one making sure everyone actually got... Oh, God. Honestly, organizing teams for lands was just like... It was like I was working 2 jobs. I was working at a school dealing with children. Okay? And then I had to, like... Then I had to like make sure everyone had their travel tickets and accommodation and your land tickets. And have you got your PC rental? Do you have your buddy? Where's your buddy? You left him at the bus stop. Okay, let's go back and collect it. Like, you know, LAN was like going on a school trip with the kids. Lending money to people so that they could afford to get their rental on the hope that we would actually win. So that they could pay me back, like, oh. Now, where's that $8? Hello? Random $8, was it? Okay. Thinking about the Uberfest HL land coming up? That's the Polish one, right? I am, unfortunately, not around. Crunchy, bad game? Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Poland land is in... whenever it is. This summer I'm traveling a lot, so I'm not going to be around, unfortunately. I'm going to be all over Europe, except for Poland. Sadly. Hi, Cubs. Can never escape the child wrangling, yeah. With the kids of the people at land. Both scammer. That's the point. Yeah, Poland is in... Is it end of August? End of August, I'm in Italy. End of July, I'll be in Spain. Yeah, it's just... Hi, Meister. Did you want to join for the next 2 missions of Expert? We're just about to finish the first one. Haven't got a max hat? The max hat is the sub badge for the channel. So these are all my very generous subscribers. Avoiding Poland like 6 stars planning concert tours. It's honestly a shame. I would have loved to have gone to Poland for the LAN. They are doing like a call for casting. I would have gone to be a caster. I'd have been like, hell yeah, get me in there. I would have flown over there, enjoy the local, what the locals have to offer, and yeah, cast it at the LAN. But yeah, it's just the unfortunate timing, you know. Same thing happened when there was the Swedish LAN. I've still never been to Sweden, but I would have liked to have gone to the Swedish LAN. I just couldn't get time off work. You have to be in Poland to cast. Yeah, but I'm literally like, I'm pretty sure it's when I'm in Spain. I'm not going to be like, sorry, Jubats. Enjoy the tapas. Got some TF2 casting to get on with. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you back at the hotel. I think the timing's just not... It's not been kind. Another time then. Another time, I'm sure. Someone messaged me on Discord about it. Let me try and find the exact dates. Because I'm saying... Where's the site? Here we go. Can anyone give me the goddamn dates, please? Of when the LAN is. You can join the last two? Nice. Oh, your internet cut off. That sucks. Yeah, because, like, we started two cities and we had everyone kind of flock in. I was like, damn, okay. And you went there and I was like, okay. And then we started Expert and I saw you were away and I was like, oh, maybe you're busy with stuff. The 18th to the 20th of July. Yeah, I'm literally in Spain that weekend. I knew it was when I was in Spain. I think I'm in Spain from... I think Thursday is the 17th. So I'm in Spain from the 17th until the 20th.
Thanks, Doc.
Like, if it was a different weekend, I probably still wouldn't have, because I would have probably been doing stuff at the weekend. But, yeah, I'm literally in a... Otherwise, I would have definitely have gone and casted. I think that would have been good fun. Well, Meister, you didn't miss much on two cities. We had 6 people playing, and 5 of them got 6-2. So it was rough. That post is a joiner and a quitter. What? Saving that ticket, I guess. Yeah, Wayne got a pro kit. That was the only good loot, but it was a skull cutter, so in essence, not good loot. Okay. Let's go. Let's get it done. 2 more missions. Q time's much better. Why the bear shop's always busy? Bear? What do you mean by bear? Is the salmon fillet?
Let's go. Let's go. Move.
I don't really like engineer on this one, but I'll play it, I suppose. No Macraft was today. I actually started a little late today, so by the way, we have an update. Thursday you're free. So Jordan can't play Night Rain tomorrow or Wednesday, so maybe I'll have to stream something else. Maybe I'll take tomorrow off and sort some stuff out. Stream Wednesday, Night Rain Thursday. I swear to God, I'm just gonna fucking ban you the next time you say you want to play Uno. Just straight up permanent ban. No refunds. It's just done. More VM. MvM. I'm drunk with power. Yep. Or maybe you've become comfortable with your idiocy. Can we go to the Highlander, Poland Land, but the Sixes one? So where's the Sixes one? Where's the next Sixes one going to be at? There was stuff about ice areas happening, right? In spring. Potential return. We have a soldier running direct hit. Not ideal. It's on the other side now. So what do we do then? That's kind of annoying that Jordan's not available. We'll be able to play in the evenings, but we won't be able to stream in the evenings, really. Two-way teleports are up, by the way.
I'm moving this.
I have a think. New challenges for DBD come out on Tuesday night. So maybe I stream DBD on Wednesday. DBD Wednesday. Night Rain Thursday. Take tomorrow off so I can do some stuff. Friday, maybe more Night Rain. If we can't do Night Rain on Friday, then maybe I do something else on Friday and we do a weekend stream of it. That's what I'm thinking. I have to find a game that we can play in sort of one session to play on Friday. There's that Slay the Princess game that Nino got me. Does have Pools of Torment, but I feel like that's a game that I'm gonna... That's a game that I could just play and vibe with, right? Slay? Okay. So if Jordan's only free on Thursday, we'll do Night Rain all the way through Thursday. If he's free on Friday, we'll play more Night Rain probably. If he's not, we play Slay the Princess on Friday. And then Saturday maybe do some more Night Rain. So tomorrow I'll take off because I got some like stuff to sort out. Wednesday we'll do a DVD stream. Ouch. Clipped me. Yeah, I saw that it got an update. I was like, oh damn. If I don't get rezzed, which is like I can be, bus is gonna blow everything up. It's like, yeah, if it's like Vampire Survivors, then it's probably something that I can just play and chill with. So I don't know if it's like going to be worth streaming it, if that makes sense. But yeah, so it looks like next Night Rain will be on Thursday. We'll probably play off stream in the evenings. Are we left or right? Swapping sides again.
Everybody ready?
May not be worth streaming. Okay. You know what I mean though, right? It's like one of those games where you're just kind of like playing and just kind of like
I'm moving this.
just chilling out with. But that is on my to play list. Okay, so that's kind of the week in plan. So nothing tomorrow. Gives me a chance to do some of the things I need to do and maybe play a lot of Persona and stuff like that. Finish Persona because I got Persona still DLC to finish. And then Melee tomorrow. I'll play Melee tomorrow. Then Wednesday we'll play Dead by Daylight. Maybe do some Killer, maybe do some Survivor, work on our challenges. Trying to get all of the challenges done so that I can you know, I gotta kill this guy. Okay, that's all of them. So Wednesday, Dead by Daylight. Thursday, all day Night Rain with the boys. Friday, Slay the Princess, and then hopefully maybe some more Night Rain on Saturday. And that'll be the plan for the week. my favorite item in TF2? Oh, good question. I don't know. I like the Australian rocket launcher. I think it looks really cool. I think it just has like a different aura, you know? Look at it. It's just so cool.
I'm moving this. Out of my way. Out of my way. Medics are gone.
Oh, sniping him. Medics are gone. Mighty robot. How'd that plan turn out for you, dummy? Soldiers are gone. Dispenser down. This is a classic. Nice.
Let's go.